Yes, I saw the video, so please stop sending me the link to this garbage now. Cruisers Motorsports here, and if you're new to the channel, take a look around. The Chevy Beretta, it's kind of a thing around here. That being said, on the rare occasion that a Beretta video pops up, my inbox, it gets pretty busy. And that's awesome that when people see a Chevy Beretta that they think of me.
I have achieved complete success.
However, that doesn't always mean that the video is any good. And in this case, it's downright appalling clickbait crap. YouTube, it's a cruel landscape. Sadly, I've watched helplessly as a trend over the last decade or so on YouTube has mindless clickbait videos trampling over and stifling well thought out and produced productions. There is no getting around the power of a clickbait thumbnail, which is probably one of the main reasons why my channel remains in the backwaters of YouTube, because I do my best not to use them. This guy is a different story. Like so many other slimy and manipulative YouTubers, it has obviously worked for him, generating the numbers needed to do YouTube for a living. Hence the amount of videos here on his channel that are nearly daily. After watching the video on the Beretta, personally, I wasn't gonna give him the satisfaction of any more views. Maybe, it's possible that his behavior in this particular instance doesn't reflect how good of a person he might be. However, I am a firm believer that the first video that a potential new subscriber views on your channel acts as a handshake, an introduction to the new viewer expressing what you're about. As the old saying goes, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And this guy's impression is that he's all about being a scumbag. So today, I'm going to be showing you some clips from the video that gave me such a negative first impression and be explaining why, saving the one that absolutely blew my mind for last, so make sure to watch to the end. And just to be fair, I will begrudgingly include the link to the original video in the description down below. So you don't think I'm just taking his words out of context. Final disclaimer, while it does seem like I'm putting my channel and therefore myself on a higher perch here, I am well aware that both myself and my channel are not infallible. That being said, let's begin.
On today's episode of Watch JRGo, we're out in the new truck, out in the Limited, and we're going to get a new car for you guys.
Out of the gate, first 10 seconds, just scream how he manipulates the viewer. Passively bragging about a new truck may seem innocent enough, but what he's really doing here is feeding into that trend with automotive YouTubers having to have the top shelf equipment and most expensive toys and flexing them. Sure, having too much money is a flex, but it's also empty and vapid, and usually it's used as a flash to cover up the lack of creativity. Oh, I love this. He's getting a new car for you guys. He's not. He's going to get a new car to garner more views. Acquiring a new car is actually great for views, but it's certainly not doing it for the viewers, it's doing it for the views. There's a huge difference there.
Their backup should be even better. It's really hard to get to this trailer. There's only 10 foot in front of you.
What is the point of doing this other than to pad the runtime? Is he going for a sponsorship for Ford?
A marketplace deal, which is, they've been nightmares a lot lately. Something's always wrong. Like, you get there and they made up everything about the car, which is fine. Like, if they were lying about that, that's one thing. But then there's no title.
I'm gonna give the guy credit here. Yes, buying budget and project cars off of Marketplace and Craigslist and the like is an absolute nightmare as of late. If you're not an experienced buyer, it is very easy to be taken by the seller trying to make a quick buck on either a lemon and or a non-legit legal car. Knowing the red flags as he does shows me that he is a savvy and experienced buyer. So why would he literally, in his next breath, say this?
The way I always do, I come in strong, and I was like, I'll take this, I'll send you a deposit right now, I'll pick up Monday, no questions asked. the right way to do a messenger conversation. I don't have any other stupid questions to ask. I just come with money and we make a deal happen.
Absolutely fucking not.
This is not how you approach any project car on Marketplace. This is how you draw out the scammer selling the car for responses so you can exploit him in a YouTube video. Do not take this advice, kiddos.
Can you PayPal me $500? I was like, absolutely not. I'm not sending you $500 right now. And he said $200. I was like, I told you $100 in the beginning, $100. And he said $150 and I sent it.
So at this point in the video, he's exploited how sketchy the deal seemed, yet still sent the supposed seller $150. Apparently for no other reason than to actually say that he really lost money on it. I guess he might as well just given it to a homeless person because he knows it probably would have gone toward the same thing. Crack. Sure, people may be lined up to buy this car. They probably are. But if it takes 3 or 4 attempts just to get the seller to show you the car, there's no need to send a deposit because they're just not that interested in selling it.
And of course, right then, it's in the owner's name. She is currently in jail and she's having me sell it to bond out. All right, now we're all having a good time, right? I was like, fine, I don't care.
Any experienced car guy will tell you this. This was just for dramatic purposes. So in the entirety of the video, this guy has made 2 things very apparent, and they both contradict each other. The first being his need to showcase and exploit how shady the seller and the sale itself was for entertainment purposes. And then the second is how cool he thinks the car is because,
you know, I've got tons of people lined up to buy it, and he probably does. I have no doubt. This is a car that probably everybody wants. This would be the king of the Radwood Festival.
And the fact that it is going on his trailer to take home with him regardless of the legitimacy of the deal.
And here we go.
And we're never getting a title for the car. So I'll send it off to some friend. We'll have him mechanics lean it, hide it for 6 months, 10 months, and we'll end up getting a title that way. We can force a title on the car.
Whoa. Here I come. Oh, here.
Well, in a pot calling the kettle black scenario, this video creator shows he is just as morally bankrupt as the scammer he's attempting to exploit. The owner of the car is incarcerated. More than likely has little to no knowledge that the fate of her car is in the balance between these 2 scam artists. It was said that the car was stored in a garage for years and only has like 30,000 miles on it. It's obviously well taken care of, loved, and a wanted car. Now, sure, earlier in the guy's video, the guy said this.
Let's go get it. That's what we need to know. Asking the important questions here. Why is she in jail and why are we helping her bond out today?
Why don't we just bond her out?
We should go to the jail and get her out. That way this car was her get out of jail free car.
But then goes on to say,
and we'll end up getting a title that way. We can force a title on the car.
I wonder why his mindset went from bailing the owner out and obtaining the car legit, suddenly went to having to force the title on it. Oh, probably because if she's actually out of jail and signing a title, he's probably not going to obtain it for $1,000.
I'll buy this car.
It's a cool car.
It's a cool car, and it will probably bring $15,000 on bring a trailer.
By skimming over the thumbnails on his channel, it seems that this YouTuber's shtick is flipping cars. And past how cool he thinks it is, at the end of the day to him, it's just all about the profit.
Car, and it will probably bring $15,000 on bring a trailer.
So, let me get this right. Taking $150 from him? That's bad. Him making $14,000 on what equates to a legally stolen car? Oh, well, that's okay, because it's for the entertainment purposes of a YouTube video.
Hide it for 6 months, 10 months, and we'll end up getting a title that way. We can force a title on the car.
Now, would the legal owner have some sort of discourse to get her car back after she got out of jail? Most people wouldn't know where to start to track it down, and would more than likely have to hire a lawyer at their expense to bring their own car home. It's never divulged what this woman is in jail for. I mean, it could be for something serious, it could be for something mundane. I know somebody at once that got taken to jail over an unpaid fine they got from the local dog warden for their dog being loose, and then sat there for 37 days because the courts were backed up and couldn't get to them. Regardless, you don't know the legitimacy of the deal without talking to the owner first. And clearly, that is something he wasn't interested in doing.
She is currently in jail and she's having me sell it to bond out. All right, now we're all having a good time, right? I was like, fine, I don't care.
These scammers going after other people's property because that person went to jail is pretty well reserved for crackheads and vain opportunists. And I'm pretty sure the latter being the creator of the video in question here, trying to make 14 grand in profit. I mean, minus 200 bucks for a new battery, 100 bucks for a new fuel pump, and 10 bucks for a can of tire shine. I guess he wouldn't be making that big of a profit on it, really.
Like I said, we need this car for the channel. Like I buy these cars for you guys, so we're gonna make the deal no matter what. And at the end of it, we'll see if we can sell it by that point.
I mean, forget the fact that the Beretta videos I make can't crack 1,000 views. But if this is what it takes to get these YouTube views,
hide it for 6 months, 10 months, and we'll end up getting a title that way. We can force a title on the car.
then I'll just sit here and wait for quality videos to be valued again. It may take a long time, but my solace in the meantime will be that I didn't get there by being a thieving piece of shit. Remember, friends of the family get to choose, so choose them well.
Hide it for 6 months, 10 months, and we'll end up getting a title that way. We can force a title on the car.